going to discuss about limit superior and limit inferior. Suppose xn is a bounded sequence. Okay? Let's start it from 4. Then it goes down 3, 2, 1. And now it start oscillate between 1 and -1. Okay? Now, of course the sequence does not converge because here the sequence oscillates. But what I would like to say, even the sequence does not converges, it seems that largest possible value of the limit is 1. And the largest possible limit that I would like to define is limit superior. Okay? Similarly, smallest possible limit is -1, that I would like to define limit inferior. Okay? Now the question, how I will define limit superior and limit inferior? Limit superior is not same as limit inferior. Okay? Also, limit superior is not same as supremum of the sequence, because supremum of the sequence is the biggest value of the sequence, where here the biggest value is 4. Here the supremum of sequence xn is 4 and limit superior equal to 1. Okay? That means supremum is the least upper bound of all terms. Limit superior is only care about limiting behavior, and it is only care about what happened eventually. It is not care about any terms which happen for finitely many terms. Okay? That idea is limit superior is the supremum, but in the long term. Let n is very large. I would like to say after this n, that be limit superior, which motivate the following definition. Let V capital N equal to supremum of the sequence xn such that n greater than capital N. Here the largest value of xn. See, 1 is the largest value of xn after capital N. So 1 is the limit superior of this sequence. That means, what is this saying? Even limit of a sequence does not exist, but limit of a superior always exists. If limit n tends to infinity, xn does not exist, but limit n tends to infinity superior of xn always exist. Okay, and here I consider the sequence is bounded. If the sequence is unbounded, let's consider this sequence. This is not bounded above. Here limit superior, limit n tends to infinity superior of xn, what? Infinity. Okay, all right. And limit inferior is entirely symmetric of limit superior. It is just smallest value in long run. Okay, all right. Let's see this limit superior clearly by an example. Let's consider a sequence Sn equal to n over n plus 1 sin n pi over 4. This is the picture of the sequence. If I consider a subsequence x4k equal to 4k over 4k plus 1 sin 4k pi over 4, then this value will be 0. That means this is S4k. Okay, this term S4, S8, S12, S16 be the member of this subsequence, and this subsequence is a constant sequence which converges to S4k converges to 0. Okay, and look, S2, S10, S18, this term converges to 1. How? S2 plus 8k equal to 2 plus 8k over 2 plus 8k plus 1 sin 2 plus 8k pi over 4. Okay, and this value equal to 1. That means we have found two subsequence which converges to, we have found two subsequence which converges to 0 and 1. Are you getting my point? And notice all subsequent limit are between 1 and minus 1. Okay, and set of subsequent limit is the set S dashed equal to minus 1 minus square root of 2 over 2, 0, square root of 2 over 2, 1. Okay, this is the set of subsequence. Okay, and from this subsequence, what is the limit superior? Limit n tends to infinity sub of the sequence Sn equal to 1. Why 1 is the limit superior? Because there exists a capital N. After this N, we never crash the ceiling of any epsilon strip. Okay? That means for all epsilon greater than 0, there exists capital N belongs to, there exists a capital N such that for all n greater than equal to capital N, Sn minus 1 strictly less than epsilon. And this is the difference between convergence of a sequence and limit superior. Here in convergent of sequence, here mod use, that means in convergent of sequence we can write in convergence of limit of a sequence we can write absolute value of Sn minus 1 less than epsilon, but here only Sn minus 1 strictly less than epsilon. This is the difference. Okay? And other subsequent limit cannot be limit superior, because other subsequent limit cannot be, never crosses the ceiling eventually. Okay? So, other subsequent limit cannot be limit superior. Okay? Let's see definition of limit superior and limit inferior. Let n be any sequence of real number and the LUB of the set, which set? The set of subsequential limit points of an is called limit superior, which is denoted as limit n tends to infinity supremum of an equal to limit bar an. That means the LUB, which is set of all subsequent limit point of the sequence, is called supremum of the limit supremum of the sequence. Okay? And GLB of the set means set of all subsequential limit points of the sequence an is called limit infimum, which is denoted by limit n tends to infinity infimum of an equal to limit bar an. Okay? Alright. Similar definition is limit n tends to infinity supremum of an equal to limit n tends to infinity supremum of k greater than equal to n ak. That means for each n we find a supremum of a sequence greater than n, and this is called tail of the sequence. Then if we apply supremum of this tail and then apply limit n tends to infinity, then this is called limit superior of the sequence. Similarly, this is called limit inferior of the sequence. These represent supremum and infimum of a sequence for the tail of the sequence ak. Okay? Alright. Here we have a sequence and we all of us know this sequence convergent sequence, and this sequence converts to 0. Limit xn equal to 0. Okay? Since here the limit is unique, so limit supremum xn always equal to limit infimum xn. Okay, are you getting my point? Why limit supremum and limit infimum here equal? Because this sequence is convergent, so it has a unique limit. So there exists a theorem, and the statement of the theorem is, if a sequence is convergent, then limit supremum always equal to limit infimum. Okay, let's see the proof of the theorem. Here xn converges. Let limit n tends to infinity, xn equal to L. This is proof. Okay, what is definition of this? Let epsilon greater than 0, then there exists capital N such that for all n greater than equal to capital N, absolute value of xn minus L strictly less than epsilon. That imply xn lies between L plus epsilon, L minus epsilon. Alright, and put it 1. Let us consider ak equal to supremum of the sequence xn such that n greater than equal to k, and bk equal to infimum of the sequence xn such that n greater than equal to k. Okay, that means ak supremum of the tail of some sequence n greater than equal to k, and bk infimum of the tail of sequence n greater than equal to k. Let's draw the picture. Let's see, this is a monotone decreasing sequence. Okay, and let's see, this is n term of the sequence, and consider kth term appears after n position. Okay, let's consider for all k greater than equal to capital N. Okay, and since xn lies between L minus epsilon, L plus epsilon, that means, and this is true for all n greater than equal to capital N, that means tail of the sequence up, this is L plus epsilon be the upper bound of the tail of the sequence, and this is the lower bound of the tail of the sequence. Alright? Okay. Now I make a connection between k and n. Since ak is the supremum of this tail of the sequence, then ak should be less than equal to L plus epsilon, and L minus epsilon should be less than equal to Bk. Okay? Are you getting my point? All right. Now, let make a connection limit supremum and limit infimum. How do you make them limit superior and limit inferior? Here, k blow up infinity. If I take limit k tends to infinity, ak equal to limit supremum xn, who is less than equal to L plus epsilon. Okay? And L minus epsilon less than equal to limit k tends to infinity Bk, which is equal to limit infimum xn. Okay? Are you getting my point? From this line, we can write, since here the inequality does not depend on epsilon, here epsilon is independent, because in the definition we take let any arbitrary epsilon. Okay? That means we can write from this relation limit supremum xn less than equal to L and L less than equal to limit inferior xn. And however, limit inferior xn always less than equal to limit superior xn. We all of us know. Why? Because limit superior consists supremum of the tail and limit inferior consists infimum of the tail. So it must be true. And from this relation, we can write limit superior xn equal to limit inferior xn. Okay? And our proof has done. If xn is convergence, then limit superior and limit inferior always will be same. Okay? Alright. And other theorem is, if limit inferior xn equal to limit superior xn, then the sequence xn must be converges. Okay? Alright. Let's see one example of CSR net about limit superior and limit inferior. Let's see the example. Consider a sequence Bn equal to 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus 1 over 4 plus up to 1 over n. And consider the new sequence An equal to minus 1 to the power n half minus 1 over n. Let Bn equal to summation k equal to 1 to n ak for all n belongs to natural number. Then which of the following option is true? Option 1, limit n tends to infinity bn equal to 0. Option 2, limit n tends to infinity supremum of bn greater than half. Option 3, limit n tends to infinity infimum of bn less than minus half. Option 4, 0 less than equal to limit infimum of bn less than equal to limit n tends to infinity supremum of bn less than equal to half. Okay. Now let write bn clearly, where bn equal to k equal to 1 to n ak for all n belongs to natural number, where an equal to minus 1 to the power n, 1 over 2 minus 1 over n. Okay. What is b1? b1 equal to a1. What is a1? a1 equal to one minus half. b2 equal to a1 plus a2. This is equal to 1 minus half plus half minus half. Okay. And we can cancel it. Then we can write easily 1 minus half. Okay. What is b3? b3 equal to a1 plus a2 plus a3. That means 1 minus half plus half minus half plus 1/3 minus half. If we cancel, then it will be 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus half. Okay. And b4 equal to a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4, which is equal to 1 minus half plus half minus half plus 1/3 minus half plus half minus 1 over 4. Okay. And cancel it. Similarly cancel this. Then this will be, if we simply present, this will be 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus 1 over 4 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus 1 over 4. Okay. And what is b5? b5 equal to a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4 plus a5. And this is equal to 1 minus half plus half minus half plus 1/3 minus half plus half minus 1/4 plus 1/5 minus half. If I cancel, then it will be 1 minus half plus 1/3 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 5 minus 1/2. Okay. Have you understood this sequence? This will be up to bn. Okay. If I consider subsequence, subsequence is like when n is even, when n is even, then the sequence is b2, b4, b6, okay, and b2 equal to 1 minus half, b4 equal to 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus 1 over 4. That means we can write Bn equal to 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus 1 over 4 up to 1 over n. This is a subsequence when n is even. Then we can write original sequence here. This is b to n, okay, when n is even. Now we can write original sequence bn as bn equal to 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus 1 over 4 plus up to 1 over n when n is even, okay. And look, b1 equal to 1 minus half, b3 equal to 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus half, b5 equal to 1 minus half plus 1 over 3 minus 1 over 5 plus 1 over 5 minus 1 over 2. That means we can write 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus 1 over 4 up to 1 over n minus half, okay, when here n is even, when n is odd, okay. This is my sequence now. This is Bn. This is even subsequence, this is odd subsequence, okay. What is limit Bn? This is look like, we all of us know log 1 plus x equal to x minus x square by 2 plus x cube over 3 minus x to the power 4 over 4 up to. If we put x equal to 1, then the sequence will be log 2. Log 2 equal to 1 minus half plus 1/3 minus 1 over 4 up to. That means when n is even, then this term tends to log 2. That means when n is even, then limit n tends to infinity bn equal to log 2. And what is the value of log 2? We all of us know the value of log 2 equal to 0.693. And what is the limit of Bn when n is odd? This is same as this, but here extra minus half. That means this is limit Bn when n is even. When n is odd, then limit n tends to infinity Bn equal to log 2 minus extra part minus half. That means this will be 0.693 minus 0.5. Okay, are you getting my point? Okay. Now let's come back option. Now let's come back option. Option 1 is limit n tends to infinity, bn equal to 0. That means bn converges. But I have seen the sequence bn has two subsequential limit. Okay? When n is even, when n is odd. If converges a sequence, then all subsequents converge same limit. But here we get two different limit. So bn, the sequence bn cannot converges. So option 1 is wrong option. Okay? And option 4 is 0 less than equal to limit n tends to infinity, infimum of bn less than equal to limit n tends to infinity, supremum of bn less than equal to half. Okay? This is very interesting. Notice the value of bn 0.693, who is greater than 0.5. And we all of us know limit supremum equal to maximum limit of the subsequence. Okay? I don't know what is the limit supremum of the sequence bn. But I am getting a sequence, subsequence, who is greater than half. That means lim sup always greater than equal to half. Okay? That means option 4 is wrong option. Here has told supremum of bn less than equal to half. This is wrong option. And option 2 is right option. Now let's come back. Option 3. Infimum of bn less than minus half. Okay? Notice the sequence, term of the sequence. b1 equal to 1 minus half. This is equal to half. This is positive term. b2 also positive term. b3 equal to, this is 1 minus half. Then, and this is minus. If we, and the final result will be also positive. This is positive, this is positive. If I calculate every term, all term will be positive. That means bn is positive term of the sequence. If every term of a sequence bn is positive, then limit infimum of bn can never minus half. So option 3 also wrong option. That means only option 2 is right option. Are you getting my point? Okay.